Hello and good evening, everyone. I am Gary Gatto, and welcome to P1's broadcasting coverage of Round 4 of Season 2 of the Votive Indy Oval Series. As tonight, we come to you from Iowa Speedway for this series' shortest ever oval race event. As always, joining me in the booth for expert analysis is Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Luis, first of all, welcome back to Iowa, a place we've been to many times here recently. And, well, we're back to a pretty exciting season of Season 2 of the Votive Indy Oval Series. 3 races, 3 different winners.
Yeah, good evening for everyone. Yes, last Sunday we have a really success race. I think we have a lot of viewers that day with over the I don't want to say 40, but it's almost 40 cars in that race in Kentucky. Really, to be honest, I thought it's gonna be sorry for change, but I thought it's gonna be a disaster race because 40 cars in 1.5 miles, it should be a disaster race, but it wasn't. It really was a good race, really different what we saw in Phoenix. We saw on the second race on Michigan. No, sorry, the first Michigan, Phoenix, now Kentucky. And now today we have 31 cars today with another race. And like you said, we have 3 different winners. Maybe today is going to be a different one. Who knows? But it's going to be really excited race today because we are in round 4. We still have a good to go on this, and we have couple faces, new ones in this race today here in the Votive INDYCAR series.
Oh, there are your weather conditions: 70 degrees, ambient temperature, 104 degrees on the track temp. We are about ready to go qualifying. And actually, before we do, we are qualifying, but we're about ready to give an order of the lineup. But before we do, here are the race standings after 3 of 9 rounds. Edson Santos, your leader. Connor Baldwin, 2nd. Rusty Plant, 3rd. Alex Miller in 4th. Clindy in 5th. Turner Johnson, 6th. Matty Wags in 7th, not in the lineup tonight. Gary Lovern in 8th. Durazo the Cat in 9th. Richards, last week's winner, also tied with the Cat in 9th. And then Treston Fortin, who won at Michigan, he is in 11th. There you see the remainder of the field: Peterson, Mitchum, Coker, Lee, Cole, Everett, Canizaro, Wheeler, and Kirkenbauer. And let's get in today's starting lineup. I believe we have a little bit of a warm-up period, I think, before we go racing here. Yep, we're going to have that 5-minute warm-up again. That's plenty of time to get in the grid. And on the pole, on the Miller is the pole. No, it's the other way around. It is Alex Miller for his first pole award here in the Votive Indy Oval Series. A 186.3. Former series champion Josh Ward right next to him, a 186.2. Clindy in row 2 with Connor Baldwin, both in the 185 range. Durazo and Smith on row 3. Cole and Gallas on row 4. That's a great start for Hugo. Hopefully he can hold that pace up for the entire race because we've talked about Hugo before. He does a good job at coming up through the field, but normally he has to overcome a bad start. Today, great start there for Hugo, starting inside the top 10. We got Sophie and Canizaro back on row 5. Lee and Fortson in row 6. Plant and High Song. Heisong making his first start of the season in row 7. Peterson and Kirkenbauer in row 8. Let's see what the Prodigy can do. Back from the 16th spot, Richards and Mitchum, last week's winner, deep in the field. We'll see what he could do. Pahutsky and Everett in row 10. Dinsdale and hopefully I'm saying this right, Costner or Costner? I think I'm going to say Costner. Then we got Santos, our points leader, and Greenlee in 12. Johnson and Coker in 13. Lovern and Quilla in 14. And Rajesh and another Costner in row 15. And Robinson in the 83, last on the grid. He'll be back in row 16. 31 cars. Now, when IndyCar comes here for real, I think at best they put on the track is 27. So going to be watching something interesting and something new that we don't see is more than 27 cars on the Iowa Oval.
It is. I mentioned last week, I said, be careful with a lot of people in Iowa because the guy on the back, in this case, is, wait, I have a stand in my face, Greg Robinson. It's going to be tough. He needs to hustle because if it's not, maybe Miller and Josh Ward is going to be on the tail of Robinson over there. So today we have a race control active around. So it's going to be mandatory use entry pit for turn 3, going for 4, brake, and coming in. So if it's somebody span to the track, it's going to have a penalty for sure.
I want to make sure we're pulling out the right paint jobs here. Sorry to do this. I'm going to peel back a little bit of the... I was playing around with the... so we'll do a reload of paints here. There we go. There's some paint jobs loaded in before.
One, I can mention Treston. Treston won the first one in Michigan. The pole was for Santos in that time. Rusty Plant won the second one in Phoenix. Connor Badway was the pole that day with 25 cars in that day. Last week, Tanner Richard won the first one from pole. So that day was 39 cars on the grid. So today we have 31. So we are going in the same in average minimum cars in this league. So the first one was 27, the second one in Phoenix 25 cars, Kentucky 39, and today 31. Pretty good.
Yeah, props to the all the admins here of this league, Shane Coker and his team. We're not just saying that because he pays us to do that. We're just saying that because it's the truth. Very few leagues can put more than 25 on the track on a regular basis. And he's put 27 on the track so far this season. The best that we've really seen league-wise on a regular basis is when we cover the FIS on Wednesday. We typically see them with more than 30 at every single race. And again, they work very hard to schedule those and recruit. And the squad here, the entire admin team behind Coker, Shane Coker here, does a really good job at keeping the drivers on top of everything and notified and informed at all times. And that's a major part of going racing here in these leagues is communication and just being forthcoming with everything and letting everybody know where they need to be, at what time they need to be, and all the good stuff. But we're getting ready to go racing 150 laps tonight, and this is about the same length that we covered a couple weeks ago when Clindy dominated the Sim Motion ISRA Open Wheel Series race here. Clindy's up front, and he's looking at a bit of the same situation. Is the second verse same as the first? Do we expect more of the same to occur here?
Kind of the same with different name for sure. That day we don't have too many yellows. now I have this flashback in my mind because I mentioned about the active race control over here, because you remember when it happened with Hugo Galas, he went to the pit and he spun to the track. That could be a penalty for him for sure, without matters happen over there. So today is gonna be a very, very busy for race control, because 31 cars I calculate. So we have a 31 cars average in these 4 races in total for now.
Remember, we go 2 laps before going green here in Iowa, and they may even extend that to give the time to the field to, excuse me, easy for me to say, time to the field to get into formation. So we shall see. I believe we are looking at a slightly different restart rule this week. We'll make sure that we are up to date on that, and we're pitting in off of turn 3 under green when we do pit stops, any green flag pit stops.
So I don't know how the setup is in the restart. I remember when I raced over here in the ER with this car, actually. Always the restart is a big trouble, especially with the worn tires or old tires. So I already see people in turn 2 going high, so it should be a mind for everyone.
Getting ready to go green for 150 laps, round 4, 3 different races, 3 races this season, 3 different winners. Do we go 4 for 4, or do we get our first repeat? As Miller takes off in the 1, Josh Ward puts a little bit of a block on Clindy. Clindy's going to have to contend with now Cat on the high side, as Baldwin was a high side in turns 1 and 2. And here we come already to completion of lap 1.
Really good start.
Very good start.
Nice
Everyone
start.
cleanly through.
Sofia almost went to the wall, contact for John Canizaro over there, but Canizaro already apologized about the action.
Baldwin around Ward. Now Baldwin looking at Miller to the inside, going down to the bottom line through 3 and 4. Connor trying to get to the lead quickly. He knows he needs to, because the fresh tires are not going to work on the bottom for much more longer than they already are right now. And Connor Baldwin to the point as he set the purple lap that time by. Clindy underneath Josh Ward. Now Durazo underneath Josh Ward. It is Baldwin, Miller, Ward, Clindy as they continue to swap spots there between Clindy and Durazo. Now Hunter Smith around Durazo. Durazo gets bogged down on the bottom. Hugo in 7th, Ryan Cole in 8th, Canizaro in 9th, and Sophie in 10th. Sophie, though, a little bit back, further on back, and now into the grass of Treston Fortin, one of our race winners earlier this season. Treston in a new paint job. He's going to get the shot on the high side and passes Sophie. Now here comes Indy Kirkenbauer. A prodigy is trying to size her up in the 1. Stephen Lee in the picture as well. Jeff Hysong making his first start in the series. Eric Peterson, hot off the podium last week in the battle here. Is we're engaged wheel to wheel all the way back to about the 15th spot right now.
It is actually I saw Stephen Lee with kind of problems over there. He went back. Now it's 2 spots down, but now it's recovered because he hit the wall a little bit. He lost a couple positions. Now is kind of better what I saw 2 laps ago.
Baldwin still up front. Miller 2nd, Ward 3rd. Now, does Clindy do exactly what we saw when the ISRA is here? Does Clindy allow those 3 in front of him to use up those tires and come to pit road earlier? And then he comes to pit road with slightly fresher tires and gets the well, let's say this. He puts the pedal down when these guys go to pit road and performs the undercut on them.
It is going the Josh Ward over there, waiting for the opportunity, and yeah, it's the experience on the race and in many leagues, and
Actually,
also
with the overcut, yeah.
and also on the in the Open Series. Sorry, in the official series, actually, I said. So that's the experience to make you over Alex Miller and Conor Budway. So I really he needs to be worried about Josh Ward because it is one of the experience also too.
Mason Mitchum and Rusty Plant. Rusty, our winner at Phoenix. Biggest gainer of the race right now. 5 spots for Kirkenbauer. 7 spots for Greenlee. There is Greenlee right there. He's your biggest gainer of the race. Isong trying to get underneath Sophie, not going to be able to do it. Tanner Richards coming right with him. Tanner got some paint on his livery there. Trying to get a close-up of Tanner. Who is he sporting here? So fast it flies on by. There he goes. Cinesport, huh? Okay.
Oh, I remember that day was for 43 minutes race. It's very short. You're the ISRA.
Yeah.
I was the short one, yeah. So really look like it's going to, because we are 16 in the Steam now, and the people have a really for now. I'm gonna knock the wood.
Knock on wood.
For the people. Yeah, I really need. So pretty good for now. So not pretty good for Greg Robinson, because I said Conor Budway now is in turn 3 and he's going 4 now, and he's gonna take a turn 1 now. So really getting close. Conor Budway to maybe Sofia almost lost the car, and he almost collected by Sam Costner on the back of the grid.
20 of 150 already in the books, as Costner gives the slide job right to Sophie there. Says, take your dirty air. Here you go. Greenlee using the banking, cutting down to the inside. Not going to have the momentum as Sophie cuts him off. Still going to try it on the low side at the start-finish line. We are doing 17-second, 18-second laps here at a 7/8 of a mile oval.
It is something wrong with Sofia, because I think all the tire is gone, or hit the wall or something like that, because he right now is 9 spot down, and is coming Mason Mitchum for the spot again. Sometimes.
Well, I mean, it could be that. Getting in there, getting past, you get a little frustrated. You just need to get back in your swing of things, get back in a rhythm, and that's maybe what she's seeking right now, is a bit of a rhythm. But all the while, when trying to seek rhythm, she's getting tapped from behind by Mason. Mason lost the wing, but iRacing forgives him, puts the wing back on. Well, now she has a little extra motivation to move, I guess.
Or like wake up, I'm here. Or
wake up, I'm here, exactly.
Yeah. But there's wake up for Sofia, because something is wrong with her, and she needs to actually come back in there. But you know what? It's happened to me. Sometimes the first stint is the worst one, and then with your refuel and repost everything and new tires is change everything. I don't know. Sometimes the car in iRacing is really weird in some condition and then change it for another one. So could be the next team.
Whoa! Mitchum and Sophie again getting wheel to wheel.
They need to. Almost for Rusty Blank connected over there.
Well, yeah, I think Mitchum didn't quite have the exit space he wanted on corner exit. Had to make an odd exit, and that involved lifting. That gives Rusty the shot to the inside. But now we're going to go 3 wide with Bahutsky and Ty Quilla involved there. Oh, contact. Edson Santos had to take evasive action. Our points leader struggling at the moment, down in 25th, although he is up 4. Actually, he's down 1 spot. I think he's just trying to find a bit of a rhythm right now. There's so many cars on the track. There is no place to rest. There is no place to rest. Let's ride back here with Edson in this mess that he's in. Watch this. Where do you rest? On the front straight a little bit, you got 2 cars side by side in front of you. Go down low. Where do you rest? I got to find the dirty air. I need to get through this corner. I'm going to have a car to the high side. Down the backstretch. Where do I rest? I don't have enough time to rest on the backstretch. I'm into turn 3 already. I'm in turn 3. What do? I got to concentrate getting through 3 so I don't smack the wall on 4. Now I got to line up for the front stretch for a little bit. And by the time I'm already ready to focus again, I am back in turn 1. That's how quickly things happen around here.
It is very quick, and also very quick because Conor Badway is ready over the mark, Everett, and Alex Miller. So too.
Yeah, he's already Everett, who is now Robinson is now down a lap. Everett down a lap. Next up is Ashton Costner. He is another 8/10 of a second up the road there, a little bit from where Baldwin is. 34 of 150. Miller getting around Everett.
We don't have again, oval is no blue flag, so
no blue flags, no.
have to. He should pass by himself, and in this case, Costner tried to do his best to pass him 3 wide on the front. Sophia! Whoa. And Sophia complained because they already have a 4X for every time somebody's contact to her, sorry.
And I should shout out also Mark. It's Averett. He said it was a long A. I forgot he sent me a note on that. Averett, yes. So long A with his last name there. So apologies. He did send me a note. All fairness, that's on me. Lovern on the high side of Shane Dinsdale. Yeah, that is Shane Dinsdale right there. Coker right behind this battle. Turner Johnson, one of our points leaders. He's back in 28th right now. Meanwhile, up front, Smith around Durazo down low, but I think Durazo's going to have a run off the high side, and he gets the position back. Your top 5 is Connor Baldwin, who's out by a 1.2 second lead over Alex Miller. Then we got Josh Ward, defending series champion, and then Clindy in 4th, the Cat in 5th, Smith in 6th, Cannizzaro in the INDYCAR in 7th, Hugo Gallas 8th, Ryan Cole in 9th, and also one of these INDYCARs, and Treston Fortin, our winner at Michigan, in 10th. That is your top 10, 41 of 150. So the rule set that we are facing for this car is 85% fuel capacity, 5 sets of tires, 1 in the car, 4 in the pits. There is a 40-mile-per-hour speed limit on pit road. They must enter off of turn 3 under green flag conditions. So we're looking at right around 50 laps or so, 55, 60 for first stops, somewhere in there, give or take. No cautions yet.
I have to check. I mean, because
Nick Sudik checking in chat. My wrists hurt more from here than any other triple quad stint I've done in enduro. Just nonstop concentration and action. That is true. I mean, we're doing 18-second laps here, folks. 18-second laps, and that's when the cars slow down. They get only faster. Ryan Cole around Hugo Gallas for 8th. Rusty Plants going to pit road. Scheduled stop, I believe. He might have enough of these tires and want to put on a new set. Don't know if he has any damage.
Look at that Budway with all of these cars in front of him.
And he misses marks. Oh my goodness. It's like the start of the race. And Alex Miller is in there. He's in there too. Sophie coming to pit road. Caution!
Angelo. Oh, we have a car over there in the middle.
Tyquilla. Oh, look out, Ty.
Oh, no move. No move. Please. Don't. Stay.
Let's take a look and see what happened here. And he was a little help from a high song.
Jeff. Yes.
So he slid up on High Song. He cleared him. High Song gets a run down the front straight, swaps over to the inside, and there's help, but there's netcode help there, and unfortunately, hopefully they can get back to pit road and execute the fast repair. Each driver does have one fast repair, and we're under caution. Everybody's going to come to pit road.
In my in my view, that's a better to say. I'm not really good for English of that. So, but in my view, Jeff went high on the line of the Quilla. I don't know why. He went high to maybe take the corner down. I don't know, but it was too close for him. And actually, he don't have any damage on the front wing. I'm talking about Jeff.
All right, so at least come to pit road, maybe have the crew look at it, decide if you want to use that fast repair or not. Connor Baldwin is going to continue being the leader. And really, now the way things are going, you're right at the 1/3 mark of this race. You could race to lap 50, make your final stop, and be done for the race at that point. If you want to do something like that, I think one more stop will do it for everybody, and they will be able to get home even with 85% fuel. I could be wrong, but we'll check it out in chat.
I don't know why Turner Jackson have a black flag. Maybe he came to the pit road. Nope.
Yeah, I do see Turner Johnson black flag. That's a new thing of the my time in his scoring screen. It actually tells me what they got. They got a black flag. It just doesn't tell me what they got a black flag for.
I don't see why, because he didn't coming in to the pit. He's at 0. He's still 50. And I don't know.
Did he pass somebody on pit road?
No, he didn't came in. So it's like everybody come to the pit road.
Oh, yes,
out,
he did pass people under caution. Oh, and there's a car spinning during that replay I'm watching right there. I'm not sure who that was.
Let me see if I found it.
Not sure who that was.
Oh, Treston. No, wait. Maybe? No, it's not Treston.
Not sure who that was. Was that Ashton Costner, maybe? Yeah, that was Ashton Costner. So he spun coming off of pit road and is on pit road right now. Turner Johnson coming to pit road to answer at least his pit stop, but we're not sure what the black flag is still for. I believe we're getting ready to go green. Your leader is Connor Baldwin. Pace car is going to leave the racetrack this time. We're going to go back to green at lap 52. It is Baldwin. And in between, we have Shane Coker, who is 1 lap down at the moment. First car 1 lap down. And then then we got Alex Miller in second, Josh Ward in third, and Clindy in fourth. As this is going to be a battle between very young, hard chargers right here at the front. Battle between Miller, Clindy, and Ward. All relative drivers kind of newish to the sim, at least to the community, over the last year or so. Clindy, multi-time podium finisher in the Indy Fixed and Indy Oval Series championship. Alex Miller, former winner in the VOR Iconic Series. And Josh Ward, defending series champion of season 1 of the Votive Indy Oval Series. Also involved here, Hunter Smith. He's a participant regularly in the Warriors for Peace INDYCAR Series in the Elite Racing League, as Coker kisses the wall twice off of turn 2. Just a kiss. Durazo now lining up underneath Coker. Not enough momentum there, so he gets back in line, and both the Zindy cars chasing him down. The blue and the green Zindy car. And we're going to go 3 wide off the corner, and contact, Ryan Cole, inside wall.
And it's no caution. Now it's caution.
And that is just, that is as a result of lap traffic and people getting spooked to the driver next to them. Here we go once again. Well, maybe I don't know about that. Maybe Shane got a little loose off the corner and made contact on the inside. Unfortunately, Cole was having a good day up to that point. His day is now done. If he could get it back to the pits, he can at least use, he's got the meatball flag right now. If he can get back to the pits, he could use that fast repair. As we are back under caution. So, a little bit early to be thinking about hitting pit road again. There will be some takers that are a little bit further on back. INDYCAR track record here, LGN, was set last year by Scott McLaughlin when he was qualifying for the INDYCAR race here. He set a speed of 188.248 miles an hour. We were just a little bit slower than that in our qualification times here. The career wins leaders here at Iowa, Joseph Newgarden. He's the undisputed king of corn. He has 6 wins in the last 12 races. Ryan Hunter-Reay has 3. Dario Franchitti, James Hinchcliffe each have 2. And the winners last season in the NTT IndyCar Series were said Scott McLaughlin and Will Power got the win here. So this is a kind of a Penske place right now. It should be noted, this is one of the few tracks that IndyCar goes to that Scott Dixon, believe it or not, the second all-time leading wins leader in IndyCar history, has never won here at this racetrack, if you can believe that. Those are all the IndyCar track records you need to know here for Iowa. Thanks for joining us. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the Votive Indy Oval Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future broadcasts. We got kind of a light week of action coming up on the schedule. No Monday night race, no Tuesday night race, other than the the ISRA, the Sim Motion ISRA Open Wheel Series. They will be at Chicagoland for their penultimate round of their championship, or their inaugural season championship. 9:30 on Monday. It'll be me and Luis Gonzalez Nunez bringing you the action for that one. And then we got Tuesday night off. Wednesday night we have off. And then you could check LGN and I out again one more time over on the Elite Racing Network this Thursday at 7:45 p.m. for INDYCAR's at Dover. 250 laps, 248, but it might as well be 250 laps of wheel-to-wheel action at a 1 mile oval with speeds surely to be over 200 miles an hour. That is all Thursday night. So I don't know what to expect there, but if it's anything like the other IndyCar races in real life that were there, you and I might be there for either the time limit or until the sun comes up the next morning.
It's gonna be tough, really, really tough. I hope it's not gonna be like a 1998 race or 1999 race.
Both of them were pretty bad.
Oh yeah, worse the first one.
Getting ready to go green. Connor Baldwin has control of the field, going lap green at lap 61. Amy Coker says, Shane probably kissed the wall when I text him. I only see the top 20, so I didn't know he was racing. So we had a little female interference, I guess, there.
And I think he just got loose, or maybe he's scary about the car on the front of him.
Yeah.
And he tried to avoid the contact.
And we'll try to keep the top 20 cycling through with the split. Sometimes that turns itself off and I don't notice it, so we'll just make sure it tries to stay on. Connor Baldwin is our leader. Lap 63 of 150. It is Miller, Clindy, Ward, and Smith, your top 5. Durazo, Canizaro, Gallas, Lee, and Richards now your top 10. Richards has come from deep in the field. He's up 7 spots. Sam Costner at 11th, up 11 spots. Akash Rajesh up 16 spots. Hunter Smith looking to the inside of Josh Ward. Ward's going to have the used tire advantage on the high side with the momentum. He keeps the spot. So everyone came in at 49. Those that came in after either to top off or to throw on some new tires with that really short stint, Fortson, Kirkenbauer, Dinsdale, they all came in at 59. They're kind of on that second strategy now. So we will continue to watch Fortson, Kirkenbauer, Dinsdale, 19th, 20th, and 21st. There they are, right there. They're on a bit of a different schedule. If we stay green into this stint, they will pick up the lead for a little bit, but they still can't make it, I don't think, without one additional stop.
Yeah, we are 83 past for line to go, so we still have one more.
Oh, Greg Robinson having a yellow meatball flag on the bottom of the racetrack, limping his car back home. Not sure what happened. He spun off of 4, and he hits the their Legends track inside wall there. So he's going to limp that back and hopefully get the fast repair.
Loose on turn 4.
I tell you what, Connor Baldwin is just leaving everybody in his dust after every restart. He's on it. He's already off to a 1.1 second lead. Miller and Clindy side by side off of 2.
Clindy have to make the pass now. He need to make the pass because, like you said, Connor is going and going away. So when you go first, for sure. You remember what happened in the Picture Series when Pablo Diaz went by himself on front for 2-3 seconds over Maleska, and at some point to the end of the race, he lose the position, he lose everything, and he finished, I think, so the top 5. So could be the same if he's going on good strategy for Clendy or maybe for Miller or for Ward. So for now it's all good for Baldwin, but you know the traffic for him is really tough. We already see the first team for him.
So Nick Sudik, 248 laps at Dover. Wow. Well, that's only after doing 250 last week at Fontana.
I did the 150, the 180 on Dover, and no, it's too much. It's too much.
Fortson and Rajesh side by side off a 3 and 4. Fortson will get the position, move him up to 17th now. Remember, he's on that slightly different schedule. And he has got up to the high line. He is ripping the top at the moment. Gary Lovern up 11 spots. Rajesh was up to 11 spots. He's now getting passed by Song, but Rajesh up 10. Greenlee and Santos up 10 spots. Santos has worked his way up to 13th to nobody's surprise. He is pretty savvy on the pit strategy, and he has managed to work his way around a lot of cars he was having a hard time passing on that last pit stop, and it's getting some track position. That's going to probably pay off a little bit later in this race.
Randy and Rusty and Rachet on Main Street.
And we did catch a little bit of it. Let's see what happens. Kirkenbauer, Rajesh, and Rusty Plant.
Luso or Netcode. Oh, terrible Netcode over there.
Oh, awful. And that's nobody's fault. Rusty to the inside, I think, was able to. Did he catch it? Did he catch it, or did it get the wall? Okay. Whew, good thing that pavement was down there. Whoa, there we go. But Rajesh, he's got to spin around, and hopefully Kirkenbauer can get the pit road and get repaired on the fast repair and resume racing.
And Rajesh said was 100% on me. I think 100% of iRacing net code for sure.
Yeah, I think it's more like 20% on Rajesh and about 80% net code. Because if you saw back in that replay, there was at least a wheel width between where the contact occurred. So we're watching all our leaders come to pit road. Although Treston Fortson, who did stay out under that last stop, or came in under the last caution, he stays out. And the car in front of him, Greg Robinson, will get the wave around. Rusty Plant stayed out. He will not get the wave around. He will probably have to come to pit road when the lap down cars are cleared to come to pit road. But we will reset the field here momentarily. Fortson stayed out. Fortson only 23 laps on his current stint. But that is night and day difference when you start talking tires now. So we'll see how quickly the second pack here is going to run down Treston. So Treston will pick up the lead and bring us to our next restart. Connor Baldwin is in second, but he's the fourth car in line. Alex Miller is in third. He's the fifth car in line. Immediately behind Fortson is Averett and Cole. They've had adventuresome days. They are currently... Averett is 2 laps down. Cole is 3 laps down. They were hoping to catch the wave around, but Treston stayed out, so they're going to be stuck there, and they're going to kind of act as a little bit of a buffer right now for Fortson when we go green in about 2 laps. That should allow Fortson his best effort on used tires to kind of build up a little bit of a gap and see if Connor could rear off the good of his tires before getting up to him. Glindy is in 4th, Ward 5th, Hunter Smith in 6th. And we lost one of the drivers coming to pit road. I think Plant decided to peel off, yeah. Or that was Ryan Cole, excuse me. Cole peeled off. So getting ready to go green next time by. If you're just joining us, this is P1's coverage of the Votive Indy Oval Series. Coming to you from Iowa Speedway. We completed now 84 of 150 laps scheduled. If you enjoyed tonight's race, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next one, which is next week as we head to Texas Motor Speedway here in the Votive Series. That is next week. Going green this time by. Averett staying down out of the way. Are we going to allow Baldwin on through? And green flag, and that's exactly what's going to happen. No buffer for Fortson as he's going to try to run away on his own on those used tires. Baldwin with new tires and fresh fuel. He is second, Miller third, Clindy fourth, and Ward in fifth. That has been your top five for much of this race.
Yes, it is. So let's see what is Treston. Treston is doing very well. He needs to stay out until the fuel, his tank is gone, and he can make it one more stop. So everyone has to make it one more stop, at least for the splash. So for the other one, but Treston can go one more stop, fuel, tires, and good to go. The only problem about the other guys is they cannot go for the splash and no tires, because at the moment they exit the pit, the car is gonna spin.
Yeah, very, very slippery pit road and apron, and when you come off the button, and when I say the button, these cars have pit road speed limiter buttons. When they get down the pit road, they can hit this button and it will prevent them from going over the pit road speed limit. When they come off that button, your engine is fully ungoverned at that point, and sometimes if you're not paying attention, it will light up your back tires on used, especially if they're used tires. So you got to be careful of that if anyone comes down for a splash and go late in the race. Fortson pulling away by 1.4 seconds.
And you can figure out it doesn't matter how old tire you have. The moment you have a clean air, it's easy to pull away like Treston doing now. But the problem is when you're getting catch for the lap down, it's gonna be difficult for him, and that's gonna be the moment for Connor to catch.
These mid-pack battles are like bees' hives of activity in the back. Right now watching Sophia around Dinsdale and Quilla and Kirkenbauer. And there are your current conditions. We'll get them off the screen here. About 100 degrees track temperature. So the track temp is getting up there.
It was down a little bit, and then it's going up again. It depends the cloud on the top of the track. So it's really going up, down, up, down. Now it's going up again.
Now, if you're Connor and you got to do one more stop, and it's going to be late in the race, and you have the pace to hold off everyone already so far this race anyways, does he just kind of pace himself saying, I don't really have to pass Treston on the racetrack? I just pass him when he goes to pit road?
Yeah, the problem about Treston is if he's coming in by himself, he's gonna lose 2 laps down. So Connor, they don't need to be worried. Actually, it's getting a little bit close for him, just a little bit. It's now a little bit close. So if I'm Connor, I still want to catch him, but I don't want to be too close, because when you're going close, like less than a second, it's very tough to catch the car, because you're burn the tires, or reheated the tires like he's doing now, going down, and also defended for himself, because Miller is in back too, and getting more close of Treston is you lose position. So it's really getting a little struggle of that. So this is the first time Connor is trying to follow somebody for the position.
Fortune taking a slightly higher line off the bottom, not on the yellow line. Let's see what Connor's line here. Connor is about the same line, down to the yellow, just about a half a car width off it.
Let me tell you, if we be talking about the strong, I said Clendy and Josh, actually Clendy, Hunter Smith, they really strong because they close, very close for 110 each other to try to follow the Josh Ward, in this case Hunter Smith, and Clendy follow Miller, very close, and they don't have any problem with the car. That means they have a more chance in the all tire condition to pass the guy. But the thing is, they still holding. They still waiting for something. They still waiting. So that's going to be interesting to Connor almost hit the wall. How close can be on Treston? How difficult it's going to be, actually.
Well, Baldwin is sliced into Fortson's lead a little bit. He was 1.2 seconds as the leader. Now he is 7/10, now 8/10 as the leader. So he's cut into it a little bit. He is squarely in the dirty air of the car in front of him, so he is not getting anything but dirty air going through the corners. He is getting a little aid of the draft down the front straight and back straight. Not much. The front straight actually is a little bit longer than the back straight here. That's because of the curvature of the racetrack. But they're not too far away. The leaders are not too far away from lap traffic. They're about 2.5 seconds up the road as the first of the lap cars.
I think so. The bet for Treston is coming in now because look at that. It's coming lap down. In maybe 3 or more, I said 3 laps, 4 laps. The moment he's getting the catch of the lap down, it's gonna be the worst scenario for him. Actually, it's slow for 110 over Connor, Clendy, all of the guys on the back. So if I Treston, I should be coming now and just pray the yellow flags out. But like I said, I prefer to my tank is getting empty to come in before, but in this scenario he needs to come in soon.
Well, Clendy got around Alex Miller, so move Clendy now up to third as he will stalk the lead duo. Fortson continues to lose ground. The Baldwin now 3/10 to our early leader as Connor reels in Fortson. Fortson has the lap traffic in front of him, and he is within the dirty air window of those lap cars in front of him, so he will start to feel it on those used tires. Those used tires are now 50 laps old. That was really quick. The window technically is open for him if he wants to come to pit road to try to finish this race out now. With about only 40 to go, he can come to pit road and get it down, but the thing is, and here he's going to lose the position. Here comes Connor. And I think he should come to pit road. That's just me right now. But you're along the lines of thinking that he should come to pit road when the tank gets dry. But we'll see what he does here. He's within the window.
Somebody almost lose the car. So yeah, he needs to come in now. And but the problem is, I come in now, I lose 2 laps down, and yellow flag is out, and I lost all the opportunity to win the race. Or tried my best to stay out and waited for the yellow flag, but it's low for 5/10 now, almost half a second.
And I think Treston is also hoping for a caution. There's a battle with Hunter Smith and Josh Ward. Now Cat taking a look underneath Ward.
Oh, somebody spoon and disappear. Let me see. I found it.
I don't see him.
It is Ryan. Ryan Cole.
Ryan Cole. Okay, so he towed the pit road. There he is.
And an exit on turn 2, hit the wall on the left. And it's no yellow flag. I think so. Race control didn't catch that incident. But it's not really, he really towing fast over there.
37 to go now. 36 to go. As Clindy now reels in Fortson, and leader in heavy lap traffic now at the moment. He's around Averett. Next up is Coker, then Costner, then Plant. All within a second and a half. 3 cars, making it dirty air all over the place for our leader. So that will shrink his lead up undoubtedly. I mean, look from his point of view. Let's just ride from his point of view. Look at everything. A leader does not see this much traffic very often.
It is no, the only place you're gonna see in Phoenix, you're gonna see contact yellow.
And Sophia Cornell and Pahutsky
have a contact with Jeff. Once again, Jeff is in bowling, but now it's a really bad in ball.
Oh. All right, and now Sophia was involved. Oh no, the 24 just came up into Pahutsky, just came up in the corner. I think he had a broken wheel, turning left. Yeah, he couldn't turn, had a broken steering arm, and couldn't turn, and just came up right up the racetrack. And poor Sophia. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, let me. Oh, I'm not gonna. You wanna talk? You wanna my opinion like fans or like my job?
Well, do your job, and we'll let the fans make a call. Oh, we got another car sideways. That is Robinson, as he's trying to slow down. And again, that's as someone learning the cars, that's very common with the closing rates of these. When we go caution, it slows down pretty quickly.
Okay, so as my job. Pretty good call for Treston. Really cool to stay out. I already said, we already talking about, hey, stay out, coming in because your tire is gone. And he waited for that and he stayed out. So pretty good for him.
Yeah, he's up to 5th spot now because of that. He just came to pit road and he had to get a slightly more of a fill than everyone else, but he comes out in 5th spot. So very good patience on his part by not coming to pit road immediately. Because if he did, when I said come to pit road, he'd be kind of screwed right now.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be like the worst. But
don't listen to Gary.
Yeah. But about the incident, not pretty good. Not really good for Husky over there. Yeah. They always told me, you have an incident, just hold the brakes. Your car is gone, just hold the brakes. You don't need to do nothing else. Just hold the brakes. The only thing is Tanner Richer and Stantos stay out.
They did.
They should be go. They should be. We guess. I guess. Sorry. I don't know if you guess too.
Well, they are 38 laps into their stint, respectively. Can they go another 31? That is like 70 laps on a stint. So they're hoping for more caution. I think they're hoping for more caution. Checking out chat, Ryan K says the screen froze. Just glad I didn't draw a caution. I've been there before. That's called a mechanical. We feel your pain. Someone says some good drivers in here. My league curiosity grows when I watch these. Information on how to join the league, it's in the description. Join the Discord. That's where you can learn more about signing up. Sophia is the unluckiest driver ever. I'm going to tell you, that was very unlucky. I feel awful. I feel awful for everybody involved, really. I do. But I feel the most awful for Sophia because she was just driving there on the outside, sees all this happening, tries to stay wide. All the while, they just kind of re-enter the race course and slide up into her. I don't even know if she saw it coming.
No, for sure. It's really... again, I saw on board of Pahosky, really not good. And to be honest, it's tough race it's really tough race. Tried to his best to coming in, to stay on the track, complain about the contact is habit. It's really tough, and tried the best, but well, unfortunately, it's gone.
Big jump by Richards. He rejoins the battle here in first spot with Santos in second at the restart with 29 to go. Also in chat, we see ISRA says, is that Brian Greenlee? Yes, that is Brian Greenlee. He is currently in 18th spot there. There he is. We'll get a zoom in on him. Kind of in that McLaren papaya looking car. Hunter Smith around Josh Ward. Whoa, Ward almost in the wall. Crosses over on the backside of Hunter Smith. And he gets the pass on the Little Eagle driver.
Really good move on Josh Ward over there to try to avoid the contact.
And Peterson and Kirkenbauer, they raced a lot together last weekend. They're in a battle for 14th.
Clendy have to make the pass because there is virtually.
Well, and we got
whoa.
Yeah. Santos and Baldwin, I was just getting ready to call it out as Baldwin's wasting no time. And I think he knows that he needs to get around Edson. Edson is just one of those guys that if you have the hole there and you can get around Edson safely, you got to go for it.
Actually, if you want to go and be a leader of the championship, he needs to be over the Santos. Actually,
well, that's
Baldwin,
true.
Yeah.
So this
Baldwin
is
there.
Championship implications in the points right there. If you pass Santos, he is your points leader. So that's another incentive to get around him right there. But now we got Fortson involved in the battle. He goes down low. Track position paying off for him as he's now up 7 spots. Santos, by staying out last time by, he's up 18 spots. Tanner Richards, our winner from just a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it was last week when we had the Votive Derby. Looking to go for 2 in a row, up 16 spots. But does he have the fuel with 22 to go? So we're at 48 plus 22. He might. Oh, Clindy. So that. He's right at 70 laps for this stint. That's going to be really close. All right, I'm going to say Tanner Richards is probably a savvy enough driver. The fact that he has wins and officials. Oh. Connor getting into the wall a little bit. Oh, and Fortson loses a wing.
Yes.
And that's gonna be that's day done. He's got to come to pit road.
It is weird. It was the net call again. Oh, that's unfortunate. Really, really, really bad net call again. Oh no! Hugo Garas almost over Costa.
Oh, Pahutsky's got a meatball flag too.
Pahusky?
Yep.
Oh yeah, for the last.
Yeah, he's still on pit road. Yeah, he's still on pit road. So he's just gonna stay there. Okay. All right, let's get back up to the action at hand. So now Miller around Baldwin. Is Baldwin damaged possibly? Because now Hunter Smith around him.
Let me tell you, probably, maybe yes, because maybe the
3 wide, Durazo down low, Smith in the middle, and Baldwin up top, and they made it through somehow.
It is damage on the back, so for sure, maybe we don't see it because it's something mechanical inside the car, but yeah. It's really it's 2 tenths slow with the same tire for everyone. So really have a damage. That's unfortunate for him. Maybe have a contact 4 because Treston hit to him on the back.
All right, here we go. 14 to go. Richards, we got to believe with his savviness that he could now make it on fuel. And running him down is Clindy. Last time
He hit the wall. Tanner hit the wall and going slow. He going Clendy for the lead.
Here comes Clindy underneath. And all he needs to do is just kind of outlast him because I think Richards' car might be damaged. And Clindy not quite cleared yet. I think Clindy not quite clear there either. Hunter Smith around Durazo up the 4th.
Really nice defense on Tanner. Really the right defense. So in turn 4, the car wins.
Now Clindy's going to get the position. He is clear. Clindy to the point with 11 to go. Clindy, Richards, Miller now. Hunter Smith in 4th. Durazo in 5th. Smith and Alex Miller. This is a battle that is raging on with Hunter Smith down low, looking to get a shot here on the inside. On our pole sitter. And Hunter Smith slides up and clears him in. Miller into the wall. He just followed him up into it, and that allows Durazo on through.
He needs to hold it for 9 laps, Miller, because they have a big back damage over there. The car is not gonna turn very good. Oh my
Caution
gosh,
on
yellow.
the racetrack, and Hugo Gallus. And this is going to be interesting because we're going to be we're going to do a sprinting in here. Gallus and Ty Quilla. Gallus and Ty Quilla. We're going to see what happened. Now, does Gallus get up into the wall and just come off the wall? And he goes into Treston Fortson, and Fortson, well, he's going to lose another front wing.
Oh, look at that. Oh, you have to see this on board of, I think so, Santos. It was Santos? It was Santos. You had to check the on board on Santos. How avoid the contact with Treston over there?
All right, we're going to watch this. I think we went a little bit further back in time.
And Treston have a meatball flag.
And okay. So there was a little bit of contact off of 4 with Treston and Hugo. I don't think it was anything malicious. Or maybe that was Ty. Another lap before. Maybe another lap before. So 2 laps before. Want to go a little bit further in time here. So let's go fast forward here. Oof. It was pretty close. It was pretty close.
Yeah, for sure.
And here you see from Edson Santos' point of view of this incident. So, Fortson got to rejoin the racetrack and got into a bit of a power slide. All right, so let's go back to live TV here, and let's reset the finish. Clindy is your leader. Richards is in 2nd, Hunter Smith 3rd, Durazo 4th, Alex Miller 5th. So we're going to do a sprint to the end. Everybody has come in at lap 119. Richards probably can make it now on fuel. He is now 64 laps into his stint. The problem is his tires are absolutely ancient. So the cars around him, even though they have well-used tires at this point, they're half the age of what Tanner Richards has. So I expect Tanner Richards to do his hardest to try to hang on, but I expect in the first, if this is he really needs it to be like a green-white checkered and to be over with quickly. If it goes much longer than, just a couple of laps, he's going to be kind of a sitting duck at all of this. So we shall see. And hopefully he doesn't run out of fuel. Notice he's also running low on the racetrack. So that is the shortest way around on the bottom. So he's trying to keep valuable ounces of fuel in the tank just to make it to the end here.
Yeah, also be careful with restart. If you go full throttle on once, could be lose the car. So if I Tanner, I'm gonna leave Clindy go to have at least clean air to defend the position against Hunter or maybe Daniel. Also, Daniel is very close over there. But really cool call for Alex Miller, because I have a damage. And the car hit the wall. He have a damage. And now he can at least keep it the fifth to the end.
Well, we got Clinton. It's going to be Clindy, Richards, Smith, Durazo, and Miller, your top five. Cannizzaro, Baldwin, we believe he's damaged. Indy Kirkenbauer, the prodigy, has worked his way up to 8th. Costner in 9th, and Lovern in 10th. That is your top 10. So we're going to see a lot of battle behind these cars that are damaged. So it's really going to come down to these top 4. Maybe even 3 of these 4 with the older tires. And tire spin for Richards on the restart as Clindy breaks away. 3 to go here at Iowa in the middle of the cornfields. Clindy with that corn sponsor on the side of his car. Down the backstretch, looking at 2 to go. This time by.
Hunter is coming close. That's a first attempt for Hunter over there. And looking down the back is Miller defend with the damaged car over there against Cannizzaro and Baldwin. And Tanner with a white flag now.
Side by side down the backstretch. Clindy's got this in the bag. Richards has got to hold on to Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith is going to have the run on the bottom side, but I don't think he's going to get to the line. Richards is going to edge him out just by a nose.
Nice. Pretty nice for really unfortunately about what happened with Tanner. The car and the exit on turn 4, the car is going to the wall and he couldn't take it off from the wall. That's why Tanner lost the first spot with Clindy. And the incident of a track is 3 or 4 cars on turn 4. Let me tell you who was. Miller contact with Conall Badway on turn 4 in the last lap. Oh, he lost the car. So Miller lose the car on turn 3. Yeah, that's all. They have another contact with the Rusty Plan over there in turn 4. Oof. And Ubalas also too.
Oh, just everybody racing hard to come to the finish line here. And just want to bring up some statistics here. So 4 races, 4 different winners. Fortson at Michigan, Rusty at Phoenix, Tanner at Kentucky, and Clindy for the second time on P1 in as many races that we've had at Iowa gets the win over Tanner Richards and Hunter Smith. Durazo in 4th, Baldwin in 5th, Kirkenbauer the prodigy in 6th, Cannizzaro 7th, Costner 8th, Lover 9th, and Edson Santos. A great recovery for Edson, and he comes home in 10th. I guess we should say the LGN driver of the race is Gary Lovern in 9th there, up 18. Is that correct?
I'm gonna say yes. I thought in Daniel Richard, but yeah, Gary Lovern again. We saw in the ERN, I think so. ERN was driver of the day again. Gary Lovern is driver of the day for 18th spot.
Gary's been definitely practicing his craft, that is for sure. Moving on to the next page. It's Peterson, Green, Lee, Stephen Lee, Dinsdale, Hysong, Coker, Plant, Miller, Ward. There's where the last lap incident kind of came in. I'm not sure exactly what happened to Ward. He finished 2 laps down, so something else additionally happened to him that we missed. Averett in 20th. Gallas in 21st. Johnson, Costner, Robinson, Mitchum, Rajesh, Quilla. Fortson had himself a good day on some track position, but got hung up in somebody else's issue. Same thing with Sophie. That is Gary Gatto's driver I feel the worst for the race sponsorship right there. Just not indicative of, yeah,
I know.
She probably feels like she has a big target on her. Pahutsky in 30th. And Ryan Cole in the INDYCAR there in the 31st.
Okay, so I have why Josh Ward with 2 laps down. So in lap 129 in turn 3, he was 7, and he got a contact with Santos. He lost the front wing, he went to the wall, damage on the suspension.
So we missed it all, okay.
Yeah, this was very back on the back. So he went on the pits, repairs, and that's why he lost 17 spot today in the race. In 59 minutes, the race today. Basically 1 hour, let's say 1 hour, to be more clear.
All right, let's get in here and get in our driver interviews here. We're going to bring up Hunter Smith first. Fortson did have the purple lap of the race, so little something to hang his hat on. Not exactly to finish, but he did have the pace into today's race. Let's go to the waiting room. There is, and we do see Hunter Smith. We'll bring him on down. There he is. Hunter Smith P3 today, and man, you really had to race your way into that final third spot there in those kind of that last bit of a sprint. You knew you had the tires, but you just didn't have the time. How much did you have to kind of push the issue there in that group of drivers trying to muscle in for that final podium spot?
It was a very risky race. Pretty much every move I made, it was pretty much throwing it in there, hauling in top of the line, like 11.5 on the revs, and just hoping I clear the guy. There was one I was a little close. I did hit the wall in one, but no, Tanner did a good job. I tried to fill up his mirror as much as I could, but it still wasn't enough. He hung on that second line. He knew exactly where I was gonna go. So, but he did a good job holding on to that second place.
Talk about the conditions out there. It seemed like it was really once you got past the good of the tires, it was really hard to pass out there until someone made a mistake in front of you. And 150 laps here does go by real quick. Is it a thing of being patient up until a certain point and then having to run out of patience because you're running out of time?
It just depends on what kind of driver you are. For the restarts, for probably the first 15 laps, my job is just not lose a position. And then after that, I don't scrub my tires a whole lot. So as long as we get deeper in the runs, I'm able to make my passes. And that's where I was able to get a couple of guys where they just they're burning off, trying to race real close. But that was my game plan, and that's how I pretty much played it all night.
Well, you kind of cruised. You started up front. You had a good starting spot. You gained 3 spots net on the end of the day. Got to the bottom step of the podium. A place that sometimes with these races at Iowa might as well feel like a win at times. I'm sure you would take that win, but a P3 probably feels mighty fine after all things considered. Shout outs, any friends, family, sponsors, anyone to say hi to before we let you go celebrate this one?
Oh yeah, no, it feels great. Our little Eagle Racing team, we're starting to try and expand our operation a little bit, and so I'm glad Votive opened it up, and I'm glad I got to run with these guys. These Maletica setups are insane. It feels so good to drive, and just appreciate PRI Hoosier 500 for sponsoring the car, and of course our team captain out there, Ryan Schold, for putting everything together. So, and appreciate you guys as well.
Well, as always, it's good to see you, and then get rest, because the next time we see you is when we're over on ERN for about 250 laps at Dover. So we know that that one's going to wear you out if this one didn't. So get your rest, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Sounds like a plan. Appreciate it.
See ya. And let's bring down Tanner here next. Here he is. Here is Tanner, winner last week, P2 this week. first of all, how much fuel did you have there at the end? And second of all, when did you decide that you were going to take the gamble on the track position? And then at any time in the last stages of that race, did you realize that your tires were half the age or twice the age as everyone else's around you? Did you realize I'm a potential sitting duck up here?
Yeah, that was tough. I had about, I think, like 0.1 when I crossed the line on fuel. Like I ran out of fuel coming around, like after the race was over. I think my right front was at like 30% after
Oof.
the race. Yeah, but I stayed out, and I was kind of like, I wasn't sure if I was going to commit to pit road, and I was only going to stay out if I could get the lead. And I did, and that was actually the only thing that really saved me, I think, because like if you get behind fresh tires on those old tires, like you're done, you're gone. It's really hard to pass out there today.
Yeah, with the old tires, you're able to at least kind of pull away a little bit until the new tires were able to be able to run you down. When did I mean, how hard was it to not just save tires? It's impossible to save tires out there, but how hard was it to save the fuel? That's the hard part out there because you're on the throttle almost 100% every single lap.
Yeah, my fuel number was actually better back in the pack, and once I got out front, like I started to see it bleed to the wrong side, and I was starting to panic. And it really was that last caution saved me because I was going to have to pit, and like I was going to finish a lap down or 2 laps down, but the caution saved me, and I barely made it. And before that last caution, I just scraped the wall, and I think I let Clendy by, and I didn't have to do that. And
did you have damage? We weren't sure. We saw you hit the wall, but did you have damage there?
I didn't have damage. I was fine, but I got like glued to the wall, and I knew it was over at that point, and he was going to win. But it was a good race. I'm glad Clendy won. I don't mind losing to him, and I had a fun time.
New paint gig on the side of the car. So we have sponsors this time?
No, it's so Shane made me the really nice logo for winning last week, and I wanted to put that on my car. So I decided I would take my own, take a try. I've never painted a car before, so I decided to paint a car, and that's just like a placeholder logo I made up for myself. So it's nothing, but it looks cool, I hope.
Yeah, I like the hex pattern, man. It works for me. So nice work, but congrats, man. 2 big finishes in a row. Win last week, P2 this week. I'm waiting for the points to be updated, but that should catapult you. There they go. They got updated. Let's check out the points, shall we? Should get you up into
First.
Yep, first place. There it is. So
wow, I'll take it. I like it.
Yep. So 103 points over Connor Baldwin's 101. So you have yourself a 2-point lead. Edson Santos, who is always dangerous with 94, and then 1 point behind him is Clendy. So this top 4 is a pretty stout group. Now we're starting to get into the second half of the season. Next up is Texas, a track I know you run well at because we've seen you win before at on the top split broadcast over at Charlotte. So next up is Texas. So going into the next race as the points leader is a pretty good position to be sitting in.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I think Texas is probably one of my favorite tracks. Is it old or new Texas? Do you know?
I think it is new Texas.
Ooh, I like new Texas a lot, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, hopefully I can increase that point lead next week.
Well, congratulations on the back-to-back podiums, and we will see you at the next one. But P2 today, after really coming deep in the field with not the Tanner Richards of all qualifying performances, started 17th, but a little track position, little strategy, little racecraft, worked your way up 15 spots to finish second. Good day overall. Go get some rest, go celebrate, and we'll catch you next week.
All right, have a good night, guys. Congrats, Clendy.
And he is happy for Clendy, and I'm sure Clendy is very happy now. Let's bring down the latest in the what I now call the Iowa Whisperer, Kyle Clinworth, getting another win here in the cornfields. If you build it, he will come, and he comes in here twice in the last 2 races that we broadcast, and not just shows up, but gets a win each time. Big dubs here, Clendy, 1 in the ISRA, 1 here in Votive. Got to be feeling pretty good. You got this place down pretty down pat.
Others adopted the corn. I was born in it. but seriously, I was
But seriously,
born
yeah.
and bred, raised on Illinois corn, the best corn in the world. No offense to Iowa. My mom was born in Iowa. My mom and dad met in Iowa. My aunts and uncles, half of my family tree, if not more, comes from Iowa. I love Iowa very deeply, very, very dearly. But without my Midwest heritage, I would not enjoy this track as much as I do. And I just love racing here, man. There are a couple of things that would probably make this setup a little racier, but I really loved that you could race the bottom or the top pretty evenly. I think that was the best thing about this setup. You just couldn't race the top for very long, which is always the case here at Iowa, unless it's crystal cold. And if it's ice cold, then there's no tire wear at all. So you kind of have to pick a medium, a happy medium. And I think if it were any hotter, the top would have just been totally invalidated. So I think the weather was right. I just think that the setup had too much fuel to really allow for that classic long run Iowa tire save strat. But I think saving fuel and saving tire really paid off for some people today, especially for myself, right? Like I knew when to go and when to roll. And I almost really threw it all away on that first stint.
I was just getting ready to ask you about that. Were you biding time on that first stint? Or, I mean, because Baldwin, Miller, and Ward just didn't seem like they were wasting time around on that first stint. They wanted to go. We weren't sure if you were just back there biding your time or what.
Yeah, so I really did not want to pit under green. And Shane is awesome. He runs 2-hour practice every Friday and every Saturday. And I would say maybe 60 or 70% of the time I tried to pit under green, I would lock the brakes up, pitting on the backstretch, and then it would nose straight first into the turn 3 wall. And I was like, I cannot afford for that to happen. So I ran the majority of the first stint in map 3 because I'm like, I cannot be the first car to pit. That will ruin my day because it's rent free in my head that I won't execute correctly, or I'll go way too slow trying to not make a mistake and give up all the track position that I had. So I went map 3 and I saw Ward and them start to Ward jumped me on the initial start of the race and cut my nose off real bad into turn 1. And because I was in map 3, I didn't have the power to pass or to run full speed right off the get-go. And I kind of regretted it, but I'm like, okay, I'll just fall in line here. And I was biding my time. And by the time I felt like it was time to go, I didn't have anything left. They were just so fast and so efficient and really good at rolling the bottom up front that following them and trying to save fuel instead of save tire, if that run had gone to completion, I probably would have lost 2 or 3 spots on pace rather than on strategy. So I got very lucky with that first yellow. But from there on out, there's a little bit of mid-pack drama or people trying to fight too hard for positions, which is to be expected on a track that's this racy. But I'm really glad that we put in a lot more green flag racing today for all the fans at home watching on P1.
Last question. Experience matters here then, based upon the experience that you picked up from not just the official series, but ISRA here a couple weeks ago, another series that you've been racing in recently. Experience matter?
Oh, absolutely. This is probably one of the most skill-intensive ovals on the service. This one, Homestead, and Gateway, I think are the 3 hardest ovals. If you were to make someone run a full fuel stint and compare their times to mine or Rob Malechka or Phil Kraus or Adam Blocker, right? I would say every 1,000 iRating is probably a whole second over the course of a stint. And that matters a lot. So, and not only that, I've seen some guys come in here with 6K iRatings who've never raced the place before and be totally lost. So, experience definitely matters.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Go right ahead.
You know I got them. First and foremost, thank you so much, Emery, for watching from California. My buddy, my pal. I'm going to hop on. We'll play games in just a little bit. Thank you so much for tuning in. My friends and family all in Illinois, my mom, my dad, my cousin Craig, who runs Segerman Farms, where you can buy some of the best mature corn grown in the world in Illinois. And as always, thank you so much to you guys on P1 for broadcasting this. LGN, Gary, Murph, and I will be back on Mondays in a couple weeks once we get through week 13 for season 2 of 2025 for the open broadcast. And you guys can tune in Mondays to hear me, Tuesdays to hear Gary call me, hopefully dominate like this for the rest of season 2 and fixed. And then, shout outs to Shane, who puts on this whole show at the Votive Racing League. This place is free to join. We put on a great show today. I'm sure we did. So if you want to get in on the action, and we've got full fields, you've got to get here. It's first come, first serve. So we are at capacity, but I'm always willing to teach you. That's one of the things about this league. We're here to accommodate the growth of racers of all skill levels. I helped 4 drivers this weekend for more than 30 minutes each get around this track. and some of them performed much better tonight than I thought they would. So obviously I would really appreciate if you come and you learn from me. I love teaching people. That's why I put out the P1 guides on P1 broadcasting for the Fix series. And once we get more competitive on open, I'll be doing that as well. And if I ever get good at road, that'll be the third check on my to-do list for improvement this year. Other than that, I got my friends, family, sponsors all out of the way. So yeah, that's it. I just have a blast running here, and I feel so fortunate to have a team that supports me and leagues that are willing to have me. Even if today I didn't stink up the show like I did in ISRA, but it is daunting, right, to join a league and see the skill difference. But I think that's what sets Votive apart, is that I'm here to help you get better, and you can come here and learn from me, even if you wouldn't make top split normally. If you look at the top, I don't know, 10 finishers in this race today, we're all, excuse me, what I'm trying to say, regulars on the top split broadcast, except for that Kirkenbauer kid. He's 13, so watch out.
Well, the professor, Kyle Clinworth, the oval professor, Kyle Clinworth, with the win here today. PhD level at Iowa. Congratulations, and we'll catch you at the next one next week at Texas.
Thanks, Gary. I got so smart from eating so much corn. I'll catch you later.
That'll do it. Hey, LGN, it's interesting, though. He talked about that, he feels pretty good here, but he kind of also talked about that he's yet to master everything that he needs to master here. And it sounded like that the one chink in his armor that he was really, it sounded like that he was really afraid of was coming to pit road under green flag conditions. He's the master of the racetrack, but not the master of pit road.
Yeah, it's really it's something we don't expect. We don't
It's hard.
manage. I mean, yeah, it's really hard. It is hard. You don't know what has happened. It could be maybe you coming in and say, "Oh, this is the best strategy," and then something happened. It's good strategy for the super speedways, but it's not really good for the short tracks. And it's the gamble. Sometimes it's really gamble, that stuff. Was a pretty good race. I don't know how many yellow we have today. No, I don't know.
I think maybe
They
3
don't
or
say
4.
here.
Something like that.
Something like that. To be
Not
honest.
bad. I mean,
It's
when
really,
you have,
I think 1 hour is really good.
yeah, I mean, you have a field of 30 plus cars, and this is still kind of a league that kind of caters to people that are still learning the car. To have 150 laps of a lot of green flag racing at this track, this is not an easy oval to master under Indy conditions. It's a pretty good show here by the league.
Actually, it's really hard for me. I don't like Iowa. It's really hard. Thank God, in that time, Iowa wasn't in the schedule when I fight for the championship and the official series with Henry Bennett. It wasn't, but it was another one, and it's really was one of the. I didn't like it because even at night, even at the day, or in between is really tough. And we see today the people make the good moves. I know some of them did disagree about the performance of the other ones or whatever is happened, but this is the condition we see in every single league. Sometimes you have a bad luck, sometimes you have a good luck, and it depends. And the people still they make a good show for us, and a good show for the people watch today the race. So next one is Texas. Texas is really one of the main track. The INDYCAR always race over there. It's not always, but mostly. So it's gonna be really interesting to see, and very interesting about how the setup and the condition of the weather is gonna be, because it's really hot. Turn 2, exit on turn 2 always is a problem. We see on the FIS and the FIS or the Formula Indy series, and we see on in the Victor series, and could be this next month is gonna be tough for everyone. So for me, nothing not to say. See you next week on Texas.
All right, our points is Tanner Richards is your points leader, Connor Baldwin second, Edson Santos third, Clinty fourth, Rusty Plant fifth, the Cat Durazo in sixth, Miller in seventh, Lovern in eighth, Peterson in ninth, and Canizaro and Fortson tied for 10th. Those are your points going into next week. Here is the Season 2 schedule once again. Texas next week at 134 laps. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Iowa Speedway. Kyle Glenworth getting his first win of the season. 4 races, 4 winners to start this season off. Tanner Richards second podium in a row. Hunter Smith, another podium this season. He comes home third. Join LGN and myself again next week for round 5 of season 2, the Votive Indy Oval Series, as the teams and drivers head to Texas. Motor Speedway coverage, as always, will start approximately at 7:50 p.m. Eastern time. Again, that's 7:50 p.m. Eastern. Remember, all new season, all new time. So for the correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here on YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy. So please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thought on tonight's race. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing the like in the video. If you're new, and we know a lot of you are, because 40% of you say, according to our analytics, are not members already, you gotta subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you a cent, and it does our channel a world of good. And while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more P1's other iRacing programming, including tomorrow night, the SimMotion ISRA Open Wheel Series returns with 2 races left in their season as the series heads to Chicagoland for the last big wild card race of the season before the finale in Indianapolis next week. Join us at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for all the action. For business inquiries and learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram. All of our social links are also on Linktree. You can check them out in the description. So, for LGN, everyone here at Votive and P1, I'm Gary Gonzo saying, happy Sunday. Thanks for watching, and all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week in Texas for the next race up, the Votive Indy Oval Series. We'll see ya.